Let's move to the conference proper, and I'm sure tomorrow, FMDQ, the regulators, the issuers, all of you seem to be the ones who have made money in 2017. The debt market looks really good. Yields were attractive. A lot of offers were coming to the market from the sovereign to the corporate side. So it looks very good. But after you folks have clinked glasses tomorrow and what have you, and backstab and say, well, or backslap each other and say, well, it's going to be a nice 2017. What will be the key issues moving forward for the platform operator, for issuers, for regulators, and perhaps for the government, Ministry of Finance, who still sit on top of everybody here in your field on Broad Street, as far as this one-day get-together is concerned?
Okay. Well, first of all, I'll say FMDQ is happy to be that platform that's facilitating, the stakeholders to be able to, like you said, clink the glasses tomorrow. The issues, okay, let me start by saying a couple of years ago, FMDQ held the Debt Capital Markets Workshop. And that was a workshop, a two-day workshop that was hosted to pretty much bring out these key issues that keep recurring in the debt capital markets, the issues that prevent the markets from moving forward. And the outcome of that, when we had, our laundry list of issues and then recommendations or resolutions, potential resolutions, the Debt Capital Market Development Project was developed to help project manage this so that we didn't come this year to say the same things. Now, what you would see at the conference tomorrow is, yes, discussing these issues and talking about the progress that has been made in the last couple of years and what needs to be done to move that forward. So like you rightly said, we're going to have the regulators, the issuers, the buy side, the sell side, everybody sort of coming together and talking about it. And not only the things that were issues, but potentials for the future, new opportunities that are coming to play. For instance, sustainable finance. All of those are going to be discussed there and how we can, again, continue to move forward. And we're also going to have a sort of recap, a look back at look through what has happened in the last couple of years and see how the stakeholders coming together have been able to achieve something and also show that we will obviously get to where we want to get to in a few
For
years.
FMDQ, what will be the key focus for you that you would want the market to address from the regulatory side, the issuer side, the buyer side, the analysts side, the rating agencies, and all that?
Wow. How much time do you have?
No, just go ahead.
Let me pick the racing side. And I wouldn't necessarily call them issues, but things that we also need to look at to see how we can improve and get a lot of mileage. Because we're doing something, the market is doing something in every single area. We're trying to improve liquidity as much as we can. We're trying to improve the awareness, the ratings awareness. We're trying to improve awareness even across the spectrum of the different debt securities and how they can trade them, how we can bring in new products. So it is more about still getting that buy-in, that collective buy-in, and that commitment to do what it takes to get us to where we need to get to. So that really is it on a holistic basis from FMDQ's perspective, because we can't pick just the one thing, because in some way, one thing leads to the other, and the conference tomorrow is going to try to address every single part of things.
But everybody's going to ask again, what's the capacity of FMDQ to expand beyond this current scope, whether in the area of information that comes out or in terms of the technology that the platform use, or the product offerings, or the windows that are available for other offerings to get on the game?
Well, I would say, yeah, FMDQ does have the capacity. It's not something that we can take on now. We have our vision, and we're working towards our vision. And every step of the way, we try to increase or improve our capacity as much as we can. But we do not do this on our own. It is still a function of the support we get from our stakeholders, from the regulators, all the way through to our clients.
One of our viewers, this is not a question, but I'm going to put it as a question. Chinedu Madiebo says, fairness, transparency, and risk reduction seems like key indicators for markets such as this. So let's talk to us about fairness, transparency, and risk in your market, in the debt market.
Okay. From FMDQ's perspective, I've spoken about transparency, and it is kind of obvious in terms of how much information we try to put out there. Fairness, we try to achieve that from our regulatory side, the self-regulatory side of things, and we bring out rules and regulation that would work best for the market and not just on the one side, but we look at all different areas and try to bring that. Now, risk management, that is very key, and it's an area that FMDQ is looking at very closely as well and seeing how we can start adopting risk management practices into the activities that are going on in our platform. So that is what you would see in the coming months and even up into next year on FMDQ.
So who and who will be speaking to the big issues tomorrow? Perhaps I happen to have a chance, a few minutes to sit at the back, and I'm going to watch who's making the big statement.
Well, we're going to have a statement from the presidency. We're going to have international experts. We're having Jing Dong from the IFC coming to make
that International Finance Corporation.
Yes, coming.
That's such a big one.
Yes, but it is to help the market.
To have IFC in the room.
Yes, need to help the market and to see how we can move forward, because we try to learn from those who have done it ahead of us and done it well. So it's a cross spectrum. We're going to have from the corporate side, again, government side, to an international side.
A quick one. What informed the theme, the center theme, for this year's National Debt Market Conference? Why?
It almost seems like, I mean, you spoke about how 2016 was a tough year and 2017 was getting better. We see it as this, almost like this is our opportunity, this is our chance to put ourselves in the right position to ensure that we make that growth. So I mean, it's quite simple positioning for growth, but it is very impactful as long as we get it right.
Tumi, I need to say thank you very much. And of course, I didn't conclude that introduction when you started. That Channels Television is a media partner with FMDQ, OTC Securities Exchange. And let's have a handshake to that, shall we?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, for continued relationship between FMDQ and Channels Television, and for the benefit of our viewers. Tumi Sekoni, Vice President in charge of Business Development at FMDQ, OTC Securities Exchange. 10 a.m. tomorrow is a kickoff for the National Conference on Nigeria's debt markets.